Hi everybody, and a warm welcome back to MapleLeaf Customs. I'm Andrew, and on the bench today is a 1 to 58 scale Majorette limousine. Made in France, and number 339 are all the extra intel that's stamped on the bottom of this casting, but I learned with a quick visit to the Majorette fandom wiki site that this is a Cadillac Stretch Limousine based on the 5th generation Cadillac Sedan de Ville. Majorette produced this one from 1987 to 1995, and the different iterations were offered in anthracite, turquoise, black, white, blue, and red, with either orange, yellow, or blacked out windows. This is going to be a long video. Get it? I'm here all week. As you're watching this video, I just landed in Canada to begin my summer vacation. Was I picked up at the airport in a stretch limo? Actually, no. Not this time, but it's been in the junk box here for a little while, so I thought it about time it got its turn on the hobby bench. It's a metal base, which is the bonus part of this build, a long one-piece interior. There's the dashboard and steering wheel, not a lot of detail. And this is one piece of orange glass. I will be doing a vacuum forming on this, but I predict I might have to break that up into a couple of pieces. And there's a sliding roof window as well. 4 opening doors. I'm going to look at this and try to determine whether to take them off for the stripping and the painting, or sometimes it's easier to leave them in. There's quite a gap in the door jambs in this case, so I think I'll leave them in for the duration of this project. There's a boomerang antenna, and I'm filing down the single post. The other end is held in by a little tab. And this will take a 256 Phillips head screw at the other end of the restoration to hold it all back together. All the parts go into one plastic box for safekeeping, which is important because I'm working on so many cars at once in this particular season. You'll get to see them in video format coming very soon. The next upload is my buddy build with Matchbox Mark on a Volkswagen theme. The last day of July is the Four Horsemen build. It's a Jeep Gladiator, and I'm doing a Rally Baja Crawler for the Jamaican Independence Celebration, sponsored by Ricky at iRefix Diecast. Get all subbed up so you don't miss any of these. It won't cost you anything, and it's the very best way to support my channel, along with a thumbs up and your respectful comment below to tell me what you think of the limousine custom job that I'm doing now. And be sure to tell me where you're watching from, because I'm really interested to know. Just like all the other supplies in this limousine job, it took a little bit extra paint stripper to do the work on this one, but it's coming off beautifully. Well, I wonder if I'll ever see the inside of one of those. I want to give a community shout out right now to Subie Diecast Customs. Subie's got a great channel that I'm leaving a link in the description for you to follow and pay him a visit and help him get those numbers up. Share the diecast love, won't you? I'd sure appreciate it if you would. Tell him you came by from MapleLeaf Customs. If you've ever worked on a Majorette model, some of them, but not all of them, have a kind of a unique feature that you might be able to pick out here as I do some work on this. It's not a real smooth surface, but actually, as I zoom in, it's a stippled effect, which simply means that's not going to get covered up by primer or paint. You'll see it in the very end. And I've caught that on a couple of Majorette models that I've worked on so far. Interesting. I use a spray can for primer at all times, and if you do too, my only tip for you here is make sure you hold it back 1.5 feet or 2 feet back. That way you're giving it a misty coverage and not a heavy blast of spray paint that's going to end up dripping down your model. I've sped up some of the chassis refurbishing video footage here with a Dremel tool wire brush attachment and then one of these Scotch-Brite pads. And it comes out looking beautiful and shiny. It has the stippled effect on it too, and I didn't think flitz would be all that effective on that type of a surface. It would leave a lot of residue behind. There's my little calling card on the bottom. Have you ever taken a ride in a pink mini stretch limo? Me neither. And that's not the way I'm going on this one. It's getting a metallic black base coat. I always use a spoon just to give a little pre-spray on to make sure I got the pressure set right and the airbrush is not spitting or sputtering at all. I'm using some Vallejo acrylic paints again today. I let it dry overnight and clear coated it as well, and let that dry up before I did the masking, leaving only the roof and the pillars exposed, and they're getting a metallic silver. A touch of class for the discerning stretch limo clientele. I let that set for only about 10 minutes before I carefully unmask the purple painter's tape. Remember, this went over a clear coat, so there's no fear of removing paint. And the Tamiya fine tape that I'm removing now was for the side chrome stripe down the middle. And I got a razor sharp edge. I'm kind of lucky today. Whoop. Oh no, man down. Door came off. That's easily fixed. No damage there. They're sometimes a little bit loose. And look at that. You can see the stippled effect, especially on the silver roof and pillars. And I think we've got an elegant looking Cadillac now, don't you? Hey, get the whole baseball team in that one. Remember that boomerang antenna? I didn't. I forgot about it. I should have spray painted it, but it's so small you don't see any brush marks on this. Gets the same silver metallic, and that'll stand out nicely. Okay, I did vacuum form all the orange glass into a new clear piece, but these tiny headlights didn't come out so well, so these are actually the original orange ones that I gave a silver treatment to, and then you saw me there painting pearlized white over top of that, so they look kind of real. Glass was already back in. Those are some green light wheels that I switched over to. The refurbished metallic chassis goes back in. Let's have a look now at the Sedan de Ville. I think it looks totally classy now, much better than it did at the beginning. It's a simple two-tone paint job, but the metallic flake gives it a nice look. The doors are still functional. The interior is white leather. I didn't do anything to that at all, but the clear glass is a major improvement over the original orange tinted glass. The green light wheels fit it just right. They're the same size as the originals, just a little more period correct in my opinion. And it really rolls well. And that's what we started with at the first of the week. Kind of plain Jane, wouldn't you agree? Here's the way it ended up. I'm super pleased with this. It was not a difficult customization. In fact, it was about as simple as you can get, but proof that just wheels and paint, and in this case, the clear glass, can make a tremendous difference. So thank you for joining me today. I hope you're enjoying some beautiful summer weather like I am right now. Come on back soon and often. It's coffee time.